welcome you all back to our social class. So we are at the last topic of our electoral politics chapter. And my dear students, I really wanted to appreciate you. Many of you have done the voter box, that is electronic voting machine, and also the normal box for voting has been done. I saw all your homeworks. It was really good, students. I can find that you all are really interested in doing these kind of things. So continue the same. So hard work never fails, my dear students. Hard work are the stepping stone of success. Whenever you do some kind of hard work, it will have the success fruit which will be attained by you all. Okay, so come, let us get into the class today. So today we are going to see about the topic, that is the challenges to the free and fair election. So what is this challenges to the free and fair election? How are these challenges are being there for the free and fair elections? So we have been seeing how the elections held, all those procedures we have seen. Again, we don't want to get into it. So we have seen all these things, and we saw how to evaluate or how to value whether it has been in free and fair election or not. By two means we saw. Now we are going to see whether the challenges which are existing is in free and fair manner for the election, elected people, the candidates or not. If you see, when elections are held, you can find lot of things that is getting existed at that time. Many big powers will be there, many money persons will be there, right? So many of the people who are all really big in industrial aspects like business related, so they also will be existing. So you can find that when this election result comes, whether the election result gives us a true value, and when that comes, there you can find even an ordinary person is being given importance or not. But you can find that many of the areas, the ordinary person or an individual candidates is not given much of importance comparing to the other party which is prevailing for longer years, or which is highly moneyful party, or which is having a relation with the supreme leaders. So those kind of leaders or those kind of parties gets maximum of the seats comparing to the individual candidate and the candidate who is not much popular enough. So you can, even in India, you can find a lot of example which is existing. We have so many parties which is existing in India. When you come to 10th standard, you can find that we will have a separate chapter which is known as the political parties. So in that we will study how many parties are existing at the state level, central level, what are the parties, all those things. But here if you see, these parties, so many parties are there in India. Why to go to India? Think about Tamil Nadu. We have so many parties. But commonly spoke parties are DMK, ADMK, right? Or Congress and BJP. So these are the commonly spoken parties. Why it is called as commonly spoken parties? Because they are existing from long back, and they are money wise also wealthy enough, and you can also find that this party has the important leaders in that. So do you feel that the elections are not held in a proper manner? But it can also be said, it cannot be said like that, right? So can an ordinary citizen hope to win an election? So how and why not? Right, that is what we are going to see. So this kind of question has been arising in all the people's mind. They think there are many things like whether it is a limited area for few people alone. All cannot participate. All these things are there. But it is not like that, my dear students. Everyone can participate. If you see here, the first thing is about the picture which is there in your book. So I cannot bring you the book, so I have taken the print out of it. Just look into the picture. You can find here that is when election has been going on, that time you can find that when it's coming for the election voting time, you can find the common citizen is the supreme person when the election time is there. Okay, but when the election is over, all the thing is completed and the result is declared, you can find that the citizens are becoming very smaller in size, but the candidates or the winning party is becoming supreme, bigger in size. Can you understand what does this picture denotes? This picture really denotes that during the time of election or during the voting date alone, the citizens are being given more importance and they are considered next to the God, right, for the political leaders. But when it comes to the aspect of after result declaration, the common peoples are not even considered. Their welfare schemes are not at all reaching them, right? Many kind of areas where the people go stand for hours and hours in the government offices or in the area to meet the ministers, MLAs and MPs. So those kind of scenario is also existing in our nation, right? Yes. So you know why all these things are happening? Because there is an unfair practice which has been held by not everyone, I am saying, but by few peoples. When they become ministers, using these kind of malpractices or dirty practices, you can find that when they get into the ministry postings, they will neglige to meet the common peoples. That is what is the reality is about. Then you can see we have certain other things through which we can also say that the challenges are there for the free election, which will be held free and fair elections. Then candidates and the parties with a lot money may not be sure of their victory, but they do enjoy big and unfair advantages over small party and independent party. So as I told you, if a party is there or a candidate is there, when he is having lot of money, I am sure that he will, if he may win, he may not win, that is secondary, but he will be the person who will be enjoying the more privileges comparing to the other parties or the independent party, like the unfair advantages will be given to him. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. The second thing, if you see, in some parties of the country, candidates with the criminal connections have been able to push other out of the election race and secure the ticket from the major party. Here you can find that the person who are having connections or who are being having the link with the criminal peoples. So what they will do is, for example, if a party is there and that party is going to select their own person who is going to be nominated as a prime minister, so they will check into certain criteria, who is there in the party from long years. All those criteria will be taken, and if a person has slight differences and conflict is there, using this criminal person, he may even kill that person and come into the ruling aspects or want to become the minister. This can even happen. So he may be pushed out of that area and he will secure the ticket. Ticket means the MLA seats here. That is what they are denoting. And next thing is that some families tend to be dominant in political parties. If you see, that is the family party, will say a single party which will have his son, daughter and son-in-law, everyone in the political scenario. So that is called as the dominance of the family party, which will also prevail. Usually the tickets, that means the posting will be given to the family members of their own. If I am the person, means I will give to my son, my daughter, my husband, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, like that it will be, the posting will be given. Instead it is given to the members. So that is also an unfair thing which is happening. Then the next thing is that very often elections are light choiced for ordinary citizens, for both majority party and the quite similar to each other both in the politics and the practice. Like people will not get more of choice. The same person will be there, like from DMK who was there before, and also from ADMK the same person. So the limited choice will be there for the people. So what happens is that no other choice. So example, if I take you to a shop and I tell you buy any dress which you want, so you will have so much of choice to select. But I take you to an shop where only in green color chudidar will be available, and or green color shirt and pant will be available. So what will happen? What choice you are having to select? Nothing, right? So that is how the political aspect also. There will be an area where the common people will not have any choice for selecting another person. So no other, they will cast their vote to one particular person without even liking him. So that is an unfair thing that is happening in the election. Then the last thing that you can see is that the small party and independent candidates suffer a huge disadvantage comparing to the big party. So definitely a small party or an independent candidate, as I told you already, is not going to get any kind of benefits. He is not going to be considered as an important person at all. He will be just named as a nominee, that's all. Whether he is whatever family he belongs to. If he is an independent person, independent candidate or an independent party or the party with less members, they will not be considered much important, because we can see the example here itself. In Tamil Nadu, we have lot of party which is surviving. You can even see that we have Murasu party, which was also a party which once upon a time an opposition party. Now we don't know where the party is existing. You have Non-Tamilan Katchi, right? So that is also a party. But what happens? They are not even considered as a political party at all. They are just for sake of contesting in the election they are doing. Right? So those kind of thing, when it is there will not be a free and fair election that will go on. These are the challenges which you can find in the election which is happening in our country. So this is not only in our country which is prevailing, it is also in other democratic country where you can find that these kind of challenges are there for the political leaders as well as for the parties to have a good administration. There are citizens who are really wanted to work for the welfare of the nations, but you can find that their welfare is, their mindset is being not even considered because they are very poor or either an independent candidate. Because of those reasons, they are being neglected from the society. So as the future citizens of India, you are supposed to have a clear view about the elections, and you are supposed to have an idea before getting for a voting. That is what is about the thing that you can learn from this chapter. So what about the malpractices that can happen, and how and all the challenges might be faced by the leaders over here. And as future citizens, definitely concentrate on this and vote before you go for voting after the year of 18 when it is completed for you. Okay, my dear students. So this is what is about the electoral politics chapter. So we'll continue with the next new chapter in the next session. I hope you all would have enjoyed. Thank you so much, students. Stay safe at home, my dear students. Bye.